About a year ago, I was watching Kevin on his Skylabs YouTube channel, and he was talking about his five best selling speakers. So, one of them was the Cerwin Vega D9s, and I decided I'm going to try and find some of these, and some came up, and I got them for a really cheap price. But as you can see, they're completely trashed. I decided I wanted to take on this project. And unfortunately, I didn't video most of it. I did video some of it, but I went ahead and I first started with the woofers and got those refoamed, and that they needed new cones too. I didn't do a complete recone job because the voice coil was okay. Then I also had a blown tweeter, so I got a new diaphragm for that. Fixed that up, and then I started stripping everything down. Got all of the old black paint off of it, which brought me down to the vinyl that was originally on the speakers. They weren't too bad, but the corners were dinged up, and but they were salvageable. So as you can see, these are pictures of the restoration and how it looks after I had worked on it quite a bit. I'm going to continue on with the creation of the grills.
So anyway, this is my filthy garage with all my components and all that stuff. So here's the one of the D9s, and these were completely trashed when I got them, but I'm in the process, like I said, restoring these, and there's a customer that's buying these from me. So anyway, the grills were not even there. They weren't even part of the deal. So I made this one the last couple days, and here's the back, the frame. So I didn't have any frames or anything. So this is what I made for the D9. Let me go ahead and put that on here, and you see how that sits. Okay, so here's the grill as it sits on the D9. And I decided to make this video to show how to make a grill from scratch. So anyway, the first one's done, and I'm going to go ahead and make the second one now and work through the process, video the process. This is the grill on its backside, so you can see the frame that I made for it. It's kind of crude at this point. Looks good on the front, but the back leaves a little to be desired, but a little trim work here and there, but we'll be getting to that later. So here I am. I had already cut this wood. I bought this from Home Depot. It was pretty cheap. It was a little 4x39 pieces, 39-inch long pieces, two of them. And I just went ahead and used my table saw to cut the angles on these. And now I'm going to go ahead and miter these and mimic get the same size of the frame that I used for the first one, and compare that and make sure you use one each for the sides, and the other one will work for the top and the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll update you after I cut these pieces. Okay, so it's the next day, and obviously you have to be able to do a little woodworking to make this work, or to be able to create this. But here's the first grill I made, and here's the one that I'm working on right now. And you see I've got these old corner clamps that I've had forever. Use these four of them basically to create the square grill frame, and have these little pieces to kind of strengthen the corners and also provide support for the pegs that go into the grill cups or inserts or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, these need to be raised up because this is going to be set outside the speaker box. So that's kind of the next step in this, is to make these pieces with the little pegs on there and glue them to these corner braces. Okay, so these look fairly close. They should be almost exactly the same size. And there's one on top of the other one. So getting there. I'll go ahead and cut some of the small pieces and drill some holes and put those pegs in. So I'll be there in a second. I decided to dry fit the frame to the actual speaker to see make sure I had the same measurement kind of going around the edges of it. Try to keep it around 1/8 of an inch. And originally the speaker came with the frame inside this edge here and then came out, but like I said, I just didn't think it looked good. I think it looks better to me covering that edge. So that's basically what I'm going to do here, is keep that edge consistent, about 1/8 of an inch, and that's what I did with the other one. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a little piece of scrap wood and cut those little holes for the pegs. I just cut out these little pieces of OSB, and these are used to hold the pegs that will go into the peg holders, I guess. Let me get one of these out. Okay, so this is the standard speaker grill peg, and I cut that hole out to be the correct size for these, so that it takes a little bit of effort to get these into the hole, but that's basically what they're going to be. And then I'm going to put them into the sockets, or whatever these are called, and then I'll put glue on this side, and then lay the frame on top of there, and then I can go ahead and position the frame perfectly so that when it glues up, it'll be right in the right position when you go ahead and push it into place. I've gone ahead and inserted the pegs into these little peg holders that I made, and then put them into the sockets that hold the pegs. And now I'm going to use my Maxicure cyanoacrylate, some dabs of that, put that on there, and then put the frame on top and let that adhere for a minute or two. And the reason why I'm using this is because this is fast drying. But anyway, so, and then that'll allow me the time to go ahead and line up the frame on top of here and let it sit for a couple of minutes and be able to pull it off, and then my pegs will be lined up to the sockets, and the frame will fit exactly where I want it to fit. I think everything is set, so I'm going to go ahead and just removing the sophisticated weights I have here to hold the grill in place while it was gluing down. Okay, so all right, so it looks like it worked. Pull this off, and there's my pegs glued to the frame, or the frame supports, the corner supports. And if I take that and put it back on, sorry for the camera work, that goes right on there. Push it down, and voila, it's all in place. So now I'm going to go ahead and paint the front side of the grill of the frame black and let that dry, and then I'm gonna stretch some fabric on there. So now I've painted the front side of the grill frame. Almost done now. The back side I left unpainted because once I use contact cement to adhere the cloth to the frame, and that contact cement kind of melts the black and you get it all over the place. So I went ahead and left that off, and now I'm ready to take my, let's see, and I cut it excuse me, a little bit small, but I was able to stretch the other one on here, so on the other one, and it's the same size, so I think I can do the same with this one. I start from the ends. I'll take little snippets of the progress of the stretching of the grill cloth. So this is the orientation. I start, this is the top of the grill, and I put down the first edge of the cloth on there with contact cement. I might have to go over it again with the contact cement, depends on how it bonds and how quickly I got it down. But now I'll take and I'll wrap this underneath and stretch it over to the other end and pull that tight. So let me go ahead and do this. Is the top end. A little easier to wrap that because there's pretty much no pressure. But down the other end on the bottom, that's why I do the bottom, because you can get little stretch marks and stuff. But there's the bottom end. It's about as good as I can get it consistently along the bottom. I'll probably go ahead and trim some of those little high spots or curvy areas, trim it down with a razor blade. And now I'm going to go ahead and wrap the sides, which is going to be a real task because like I said, I cut this a little short. But I'll go ahead and just start doing one side, and then I'll come around the second side. The opposite side is going to be really difficult because, like I said, I don't have a lot of material. I cut it way too close. Usually I'd like to have like an inch or two all around, and I don't know what I was thinking about, but I just didn't cut it right. So, but it works. The other one worked, and this is the same size. Now I've got the one side done. You can see it's always got a little wavy. Trying to get that glued down straight, it's pretty tough. I leave the corners open because once you stretch that last side, the corners can get kind of funky getting those lined up correctly. So I try not to get too much glue on them, and just kind of leave them open until I'm done with the other side. So I'll go ahead and do that, and say that in a second. So there is the end result. I went ahead and did the corners, and that's about as good as it's going to get in my book. Flip it over. There you go. Not perfect, but I think it'll do for 99.9% of people. So now I'll lay the grill on the speaker. Make sure that works out okay. Pop the pegs in. That's it. Check the finish. Looks pretty close all the way around. All I got to do is kind of paint that inside edge and put the badge on, and it's done.
Here's some pictures of the finished product. The customer was really happy. I was pretty happy. I hope you enjoyed the process. Like I said, I wish I had been able to video more of it, In future projects, I will definitely do so. On to the next one. And thanks for watching.